and welcome back to our 26th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, ready for tonight's episode. So, last time, you all met the Prince of the Row, known as Midsummer, a fairy that, that sentence doesn't make any sense. Ooh, let me try that again. I'm supposed to be
Take two.
about... Jesus, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 30, who the fuck knows, of Wanderlustdnd. Tonight, our adventurers fight against 6 statues. That's right, they're not animated. They're nothing more than just simple statues. But by God, are our folks tonight here scared?
Damn right, Elf.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I actually don't. I think that was the intro. I don't think we need to do any more.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever the game was, it's now us fighting 6 statues. I think that's
Yeah.
You've now successfully changed the game.
Welcome to Wizard's Chess.
If you guys are tuning in, you know what happened last game. So let's just fade right back in. So I'll get you onto the map.
Ricky,
here.
a map is being loaded. That's why we're all oohing and eyeing.
Image.
Yeah.
Aww, now I feel left out.
no, we got the R part. We've got the U.
Ooh.
Ooh.
U.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. What the fuck?
Oh, I just see a black screen at the moment.
Look at that black
Yeah, I
screen.
can't shit off either, like that.
You guys are so funny. Okay, give me a second. Why isn't it working? That's so strange. Hang on.
Wow.
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 These statues. Oh god, I'm deathly terrified all of a sudden.
Ah, the statues.
Yep. They're back.
Oh.
Oh, someone's sharing good.
Alright. You all arrive into a chamber. I won't say which number. You all arrive into a chamber. You unfortunately have gone through a wall or 4 to get down here and have taken some damage because unfortunately Hanor was not familiar with the direction and or where you were going, so this was a little bit of a hope to make it through and it didn't quite work. So I do believe it was 20 points damage all of you took, bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, we got 20 hit points and then immediately got 22 taken away from us.
Yeah.
And I would like there to also be note of Fran's hit points. Revenant.
Oh no. And Humphrey.
Oh, dear.
Humphrey would also be considered in that.
Shit and balls, but
What about Perry?
Humphrey is, I would say, resistant because he's made of metal, so I would say Gizmo is also resistant.
Oh, really?
that's
In this particular sense of the way you guys are moving through this. So you can take half damage.
11.
So 11 for Humphrey.
What about Terry?
So,
Terry
sorry, what
doesn't
was the-
exist except for the pocket dimension, so...
What was
Yeah.
the damage total? Because I took the full damage last time. What am I adding back?
I think it was
It'd be
22
11.
total, so you're adding 11 back.
Adding them back.
So how much damage are you taking being the Gizmo surfboard?
Total now 6. So not bad.
Yeah. So I do believe Gizmo slipped on the slippery stairs and started sliding down, and Revenant rode him all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. Yeah. So
Good thing I've lifted
Gizmo,
out of the way.
you've slid to a stop. There's a thin layer of sickly green water that you are currently in. You see kind of like floating bits, black, green moss, kind of gently oscillating as you go to stand. For all of you, the air is damp, humid. You can feel beads of sweat fall between the pieces of your armor. Massive, oozy roots lay along the walls. vines of dark, pulsing energy. There is a distant smell of rot and decay in here, and the humidity is not helping at all. Hanor kind of gathers some of his things. He slips a little bit at the top of the stairs, kind of shaking his head. Apologies, I think we've gone through a few walls. Looks to all of you.
That was more than a few. I feel rightly shaken up.
Yes,
Humphrey, where are you?
Humphrey is down by Gizmo, actually. He kind of slid down on his backside.
Oh, he's by here. I'll help him up.
I'm going to cast Mend on Humphrey.
Okay.
I
You
don't
do
think
so.
he took too much damage. I think his general makeup meant that he was a bit more resistant.
I mean, Humphrey is very, very weak.
Oh.
How much can I heal him with?
I overestimated based on my own numbers.
So Humphrey's hit points are based on your wizard level, correct?
His hit points, I have them here, are a grand total of 17.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's better than some regular people up on the surface. So with mending, I'd say casting it a few times, you can get him back up to the 17.
I will. Lovely.
Okay. You probably
How
spend
can anyone attend to
time.
me?
Well,
see
you are just floating there.
Hanor's like, I can attend to you all. Here, just give me a moment. He kind of closes his hands together, and you see beams of kind of energy coming from him, and all of you feel a rush another 4 8 9 9 plus his casting, which is 15, so that is 24.
Yay, full health.
Ooh, glorious.
Yeah.
However, you all watch as he casts the spell and alleviates a lot of the trauma you all experienced there. You watch as not the same kind of vines and ivy that are corrupting Fran, but something seems to move across his face. The blood vessels change, and he looks weakened in some way.
Anything we recognize?
Is it like the sample on the tree?
Yes. Yes.
The one we accidentally destroyed?
Disintegrated, yes.
Yeah, we might have used it for a good purpose.
Roll. I would say no, because you guys that was only just a few hours ago. I'd say it does look very similar. But again, what you were dealing with the corruption, almost, you recognize it in what is going on with Fran, which is slowly moving up her hands, because that's where she touched the tree. This, while it looks similar, doesn't look like he's corrupted. It almost looks, in a way, pieces of netting are being pulled across his form, dragging him into a weaker state.
Does it look like that happened as soon as he cast a spell and it's related to magic?
It's a really clever observation, Caché.
Like, would anything in my medical background be able to help me decipher that? Maybe even by looking at what's affecting his body.
I would say, like, it wouldn't even have to be medical. The fact that you saw him walking down the stairs before,
Yeah.
he didn't have this, and then he cast a spell and he suddenly has it.
Yeah.
However, I'll let everybody roll me a history check.
Yes.
History.
16.
16.
15.
7.
17.
Revenant.
Also
Okay.
16.
Also 16? Okay, hey guys. well done.
17. Not too bad.
17. Okay. Everyone except for Revenant. Revenant, you're a bit focused on Fran at the moment. remembers quite clearly in this moment as you're kind of looking over Hanor and you're kind of watching him kind of hold his head and just look a little bit dazed. He did mention that his kind were not welcome near the wells.
Perhaps you should get out of here.
I don't want to leave you all. I don't know what you'll face down here. And he kind of goes a little woozy on his feet. I was not expecting this.
Reach out, like, kind of support him a little bit. Either way, even if you were to come and try and assist us like this, you'll only be more of a hindrance in the long run. I'm sorry, but I don't think in this like this you can help us.
Also think that all things considered, considering... I'm sorry, I don't remember. Morningstar? What was the name of?
Midsummer.
Midsummer, that's the one. Midsummer was very adamant about not letting anyone in her care get involved in this or hurt by this. I think it best if you've brought us here. I think you should go back, you should stay. Don't get any more involved than she would like. Stay.
Roll me persuasion, Al and Gizmo. Or one of you can give each other advantage.
I think I'll give him advantage.
You're gonna give me advantage.
Yeah, definitely. My charisma.
Okay, so the first is a dirty 20.
Hey?
The 4, so dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. Kind of see Hanor taking in your words. Looking like he wants to fight a little bit. And then... big deep breath. Looks to you, Al, as you and Gizmo were both kind of speaking. But he's still not quite sure where you are, Gizmo. So he's kind of... he looks at you and your face. But he looks at you, Al, and he says, there seems to already be a protection on you. But I will provide what I can, at least for now. Who... And he stops. And he looks over at Fran. He walks over, places his hand on her body. Revenant, do you do anything?
Nope.
Okay. He will cast something else. You all watch as those threads seem to pull at him again. They wrap around tight even more, and he cringes. But he casts it. And just so you are aware, Revenant, he has cast Death Ward on Fran.
Okay.
As I see the netting going across him again, can I draw a silver light and just hold it near him to see if there's any draw or any effect?
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, Fenris.
Oh, saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, explosion!
Good thing we're a warlock. 22.
22. Okay. You draw Silverlight. And... okay. This is gonna be good. I need everyone to roll me a perception check really quick. Well,
This always goes well for me.
26.
Jesus, Al.
13 for Gizmo.
23.
23?
10.
10? Okay. Caché, you're keeping your eye on Hanor, keeping your eye on the surroundings. You don't quite see what's going on above you. The rest of you, as Fenris draws Silverlight, a blinding light seems to move forward. The two voidlings get cringed back a little bit by just the sheer light that is produced by this blade, and those of you who, other than Caché, watch as these corrupted vines scurry away from the top of you, seeming that none of you notice they were encroaching in. You are now all in a dome of what seems to be light. The two voidlings! You don't take damage, but it's not comfortable.
Helmet on?
Yeah.
I would advise that you both stand behind Gizmo.
He does cast quite a large shadow.
I put my arms out a bit more to cast more of a shadow.
Okay.
Have I got any, like, material I could just, like, tarp over his shoulders?
Oh, I'm sure Al has many things in his.
I'll, like, get a scarf out of my
disposal.
bag and I'll make, like, a large,
Mhm.
like,
like kind of like
cloak type thing.
I'm
easily
sure-
done.
Kind of like a Batman cloak sort of thing, so that I
Sure,
can
yeah.
off the edge of the.
There you
It's like,
go.
I've definitely got, like, at least, like, 6 scarves. So, like, I've got, like, I'm gonna give you 2. Like, one which is a nice, like,
One set of
star
clothes, 6
patterned,
scarves.
like, violet, and then another one which is, like, kind of a red, and it's more of like a Christmas theme, like red and green, kind of like, checkered scarf. And I'll give you the 2 of those, and you can have one under each arm.
You're trying to turn with the Batman, not this psychedelic mummy.
I actually enjoy.
Like, I'm not trying to.
Go ahead.
I said I'm not trying to turn him into anything but a shadow maker.
I just imagine Al is actually explaining all of the scarves that he's pulling out.
Oh yeah,
This one is a bit of a
In this
Christmas theme, but I think
situation.
it would just fine.
This one is like, this is like if you're trying to be somewhat spicy, like.
That's okay, as long as it keeps the light out.
Al does so. Al, by the way, out of curiosity, did you get my message?
Oh, about what my kiss gave to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I
just
did.
wanted to
I'm
make sure. Good.
best pleased about that.
Oh, good. All right. That's all marked on you. Hopefully, you've marked that.
Was
on
it
your
hairpiece?
I don't know how to quantify that,
Hepatitis
but
C.
like I will keep it in mind.
Of course not. Didn't you hear? Use protection.
I mean,
All right, you two.
I don't think there's any protection against a demon, devil, whatever.
Prophylactic.
Okay, so Fenris, all this happens at once. Fenris draws the blade. All of you watch as the vines, the corrupted vines that were moving slowly towards all of you, seem to writhe away from this light that is going on. However, Fenris, the seeming netting strings of fate that are pulled taut across Hanor's skin don't seem to be affected. This magic seems to be not the same as the corruption.
Okay.
But Hanor does stand from Fran, puts his hand kind of heavily on you, Revenant, and just says, "Good luck."
Anything happened to the corruption on Fran?
We'll get to that in a second. But he just looks at Revenant. Revenant, what did you say? Sorry?
Thank you.
Okay. Gives your shoulder a little squeeze. Looks to the rest of you. I'm sorry that I couldn't go with. But I wish you all... please come back. You watch as the spectral wings out once more, wrap around himself, and he vanishes.
Don't teleport into a wall. Again.
Ow!
Alright. Well, if we're not back in an hour, then just wait longer.
May have said that too late, Al.
Him, I mean, I was just kind of saying it in jest. I mean, I don't think he could do anything to help himself, really.
Well, he got us here.
He did. He did.
I'm going to get Assassin's Eye out and kind of take a closer statues while everyone's doing what they're doing.
Yes, anyone else creeped the fuck out by these statues?
Are you creeped out by me? As I'm just looking down the sight of my gun.
I mean, like,
Hiding
once
behind
you're
Gizmo.
not pointing at me.
It's just gun and lens just appearing between Gizmo's legs.
Yeah.
Revenant. With your passive perception, I'm gonna say you notice this pretty quickly. As Hanor leaves, and you turn back to the rest of your companions, slightly tucked behind Gizmo because of the blinding frickin' blade that is now in Fenris's hands. You look down at Fran, and you notice that the corruption seems to have spread a lot faster on her arms than you remember from when the first time you like teleported down here.
This corruption seems to be spreading faster. I suggest we make haste.
I agree. Let's have a look at these statues then, figure out what's going on.
Speaking of which, do I see anything with my zoomy zoom?
Let's see what you see.
Ian. Once you're...
Was I just summoned
Yes.
or called? Okay. I'm moving you to different maps, so give me a moment.
You rang.
You rang. Okay, so all of you in this space, you can see it's kind of a long, tall chamber that you're currently in. There are small pools that reside kind of off into the center. You can actually hear they're not waterfalls, but they are stronger streams of water falling through the walls, collecting in the pools. There is a sense of rot in this place as you move forward. Walls are covered in those slick roots, and every so often they kind of twinge and move away from you as you get close. Caché, as you have a look at the statues, you do notice that they seem to be all facing inward, and they are all facing towards a very large circular object that seems to be quite flat against the ground.
Pass along that info.
And Al?
Before we move any further, DM, I'd like to ask you, is there... I don't know, actually, does Revenant share the fact that, like, Fran's corruption seems to be precipitating?
He does, yeah, he mentioned it.
He did, okay, yeah. Is there anything I could do with my momentary stasis? Is there anything I could do with my chronology magic in general to try and delay the development of this?
Okay. Alright, Time Wizard. Let's see here. Roll me a straight intelligence check.
Would I give him advantage if we conferred with medical knowledge?
I'd say you can roll your own medicine check. And both of these rolls will have an effect.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
Because, fuck that, I manipulate time and space.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
I got a 23.
23 in medicine, okay.
Okay. I
Don't hold this in
I got a
suspense.
17.
Okay.
Yeah, 17.
You rolled a 17 or you got a 17?
That's 17 total.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't look at that.
No, yeah, like, okay. So 17. And the 28, you said, or 26?
23.
Ooh, wow. 23.
Yeah.
Way off. Sorry.
Sure,
I mean,
let's
you
go
want to
with
do
those.
28? Let's go with 28, yeah.
No. 23 and 17. Those are nice rolls, guys. So what I'll say is, Al, in connecting with the, not even connecting, in harnessing the idea that you have of time magic and wanting to slow the process, paired with some of the knowledge that Caché is giving you. I'm assuming you both are tucked behind Gizmo. All three of you are tucked behind Gizmo at the moment, with Fenris just standing there
Yeah.
away with the light, keeping all of these little vines and twisted ivy away from all of you.
And looking pretty doing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. What I will say is that you recognize, Al, that there is already something slowing the corruption. Whatever Hanor had given Revenant to give to Fran seems to be slowing it in some way. However, combined with the medicine and the time understanding, it almost looks as if an entire day has passed.
Since we teleported.
That's why the corruption seems to be moving so quickly.
What the fuck is this Hanor chap doing, man? I don't say that. That's not me. I mean, Caché, I'm sorry, but it seems to me as if like an entire day has passed since we transported. What's going
on? I feel like if there's something with time, that's kind of your gig.
Well, I mean, like, I'm interested in it. I doesn't say that I understand it. I mean, it's like, you know, trying to understand love or something like that. It's impossible. Different for everyone and anything.
Does L have 5 o'clock shadow we can check? To see if time has passed.
Does Al have facial hair that he takes care of every morning?
I have no idea. Do elves grow facial hair?
Not usually.
Not usually.
Well, then no.
Historically
not.
Historically,
Yeah.
they don't tend to portray them.
There you go, then. No.
I mean, that's why I wanted to ask, because you're an astral elf, so you can make whatever the hell you want.
I look at my fingernails. Have they grown? As a military person, mine are perfectly kept. So if there's any bit of growth on them, time has changed.
Dignify that with an answer.
Yeah.
How much do your nails grow in a day?
I don't.
They grow quite a bit in a day, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You
I need
voidlings
to
even
smooth
have
it.
this?
Because that's pretty cool.
Do any of us have wounds?
It's 1 millimeter. It's 1 millimeter a day.
I feel like
So that's a noticeable amount. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
Would Gizmo not have some kind of like chronograph inside his robot that you could like look at and be like, oh yeah, shit, we've jumped forward 24 hours.
1 second. Okay, Google.
Can you tell me what time it is, please? Thank you. Current time at location.
What's the weather forecast?
Cloudy with a side of corruption. Caché.
Mm-hmm.
Your fingernails have not grown anymore.
Interesting.
All of you who had
You're clever.
wounds haven't really changed. However, I don't know if Gizmo has... Would Gizmo have a timekeeping device, you think, in his suit?
Check the logs.
I honestly think no. I don't think he would. I don't think keeping time is a... Yeah, it's
exactly.
He doesn't really care about keeping time, so I don't think he would.
But Humphrey. But Humphrey.
Oh?
I'm going to ask Humphrey. Humphrey might know more than I think.
Oh, he does.
You
Humphrey.
think... I literally have so much for Humphrey, and you never talk to him.
I sometimes talk to him. I talk to him as much as I used to. You know, I have friends now. I'm sorry, Humphrey.
You talk at him. So rude.
Okay. What do you say to Humphrey?
Humphrey. Firstly, are you alright after that round of wall kicking and mending?
I am quite durable, friend.
I hope so. I mean, you've been through a lot.
I was made better.
By me, I hope. Well, Humphrey, anyway, look, I have a question. It seems to me as though there has been some more time elapsed than might have been perceived by us members of the group. I remember building you. I remember my fascination with clocks and the like at the time. Did I happen to build in some kind of chronometer into your system?
Well, of course you did.
Very good. And can you tell me how long since we teleported with Hannah? Since before we teleported with Hannah?
Calculating. Retrieving data from machine. One moment, please. It has been 16 minutes since we left with Hanor. However, it seems to be 26 hours in the difference.
16 minutes of perceived time and 26 hours of physical time.
Indeed.
Fascinating. Humphrey, you are indispensable, invaluable. I really don't treat you well enough. And I am forever in your debt.
I know. It is nice to hear.
I give him a big old kiss on the forehead.
Unnecessary.
Did-
But you do get a bit of warmth from him.
Well, I take it from that
That's
little interaction that he's told you something good.
Reassuring. Oh, yes, well, I mean, it seems like it has been 16 minutes since we have arrived and left.
Well, that's good.
But in fact, apparently the world around us has proceeded 26 hours into the future.
That's bad.
It's
What?
strange.
We spent 26 hours being battered around by stairs.
We spent 26 hours between the moment of leaving the upper ground and arriving in a wall.
I could have dug in less time.
Yes, there were many options that would have probably gotten us here faster, yes.
Probably would have hurt.
I mean, who knows what kind of trouble Hanor is returning to in the surface above. It's been, who knows, like 2 days
I'm-
now at this stage.
Yes, I'm sure he'll find out tomorrow.
He's probably still in limbo. Yeah, tomorrow, exactly.
This is bouncing between the walls.
Yeah, he's just fucking like...
He just pops out next to us. Oh,
He
sorry, I
comes
was in
out,
the wrong
It's
turn.
been 40 years for him. He's like,
I'm falling for 40 minutes!
Come back soon! Hanor, we've been back for 37 years!
Well, we just watch him pop out of the stairs and think, oh no, should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
My poor little himbo dragon. Don't worry about him. But that is what Humphrey has provided for you guys. So, is there anything else you want to do before moving forward?
Can I
Is
get
there
a sense of...
anything
Can I...
Nope.
Yeah, sorry. You first. I got a ways to go.
I was just asking Caché if there's anything that you see.
I explain the statues staring at each other or staring at a thing in the middle that I just can't quite see because it seems to be quite flat.
I might be able to take a closer look without having to get any closer.
Sounds very
Okay.
Yeah, it's something new I've been working on. Alright, let's see how this goes. 1 second. Echo.
What voice did I use for Echo? Okay, you feel the connection with Echo from your suit. Do you release him?
Yes, would you mind coming out, please?
The device appears. All of you, I believe, see this for the first time. Gizmo, would you like to explain what they see?
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit like a mini flying saucer. It's kind of got this spherical shape in the center, and it seems like there is a central hub of power of some kind, and then surrounding that is this kind of gyroscopic sort of revolving clockwork mechanism that just kind of is revolving around, and it seems to be like this combination of the energy coming from this and some clockwork mechanism that is keeping this afloat.
What is this, Gizmo?
It's something I've been working on. It's just it allows me to be able to get a closer look without having to, get nearby myself. I can, you know that I see most things through sensors in my suit. I can change the sensors over to see what Echo sees.
So, wait. I'm going to, like, wave my hand in front of Gizmo's face, or like face sensor area.
Mhm. If you can reach
see?
on your tippy
How
toe.
many-
Oh no, you're quite tall.
How many fingers am I holding up?
4, I think, but your peripheral is a bit blurry.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay, I will stand back.
I think you might have blurry background on.
Well, no. Oh,
Oh, that's
shit.
my
Alright,
side. Sorry,
mirror
I'll
image,
change
mirror
the
image.
focus
No,
there.
Cancel mirror image. Sorry, fuck.
Oh,
It's a
sorry.
mirrored image.
Yeah. Duplicity or something like that. I don't know.
Blur.
Yeah, but essentially, I'm trying to test whether or not Gizmo can see out of both his own sensors and the Echo sensors at once.
Oh, easily done if he activates it. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
You can.
I can see through both.
Man's got
Both at
double
once.
monitors.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Dual monitors, the best setup.
There's a few other things that might kind of change. You got like, I'm assuming you have like 2 monitors. Like one kind of stands where you can see out of kind of like one section of your suit, and then the other goes over to Echo. So. So things will be slightly at disadvantage on your end if something comes out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
But at the moment, everything, yeah, you can kind of,
That's
you're
fair.
that kind of creature. So yeah.
Echo, if you wouldn't mind going over, having a look at those statues over there. There also seems to be something on the ground I'd like to get a closer look at.
Affirmative. Echo begins to move back and float towards the statues. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
If you see any vines, come straight back.
I'm gonna lean down to Humphrey and I'm just gonna say, I don't know how much I trust this Echo fellow.
What is it about familiars rolling low on perception checks?
Oh no!
Change those dice.
No, I refuse.
I will die with these dice.
I will die with these dice. I rolled a 4, but I don't actually have the statistics for the perception handy.
Oh. Let me check here really quick. I think I have them in your character
Oh, do I?
development. Yes, Echo. So.
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
Do you want me to send you the image that I have?
Yeah, I have
Stats?
I have the thing in my character sheet, but it doesn't have like stats or anything.
Let's see here. Okay. Sorry. Let me save this for you.
My own perception is +1, so I could just use +1 for now. Just
Yeah, let's use
it's
yours.
like I rolled low anyway. I rolled a 4, so it's 5. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
So 5. Okay. So as you're moving, as Echo is moving forward, kind of leaves the dome of light that is being produced by Silverlight, seems to almost, you sense it as Echo moves forward, but it almost, for the rest of you, kind of vanishes into just the dark and twisted vines that are just hanging from the ceiling, from the walls. Everything begins to make its way over to the statues. And what you notice as Echo kind of comes through this narrower part of the chamber that you're in, you see at the base of 3 of the statues, there are mounds of something. Because of the roll there, you can't quite make it out on the monitors. They look just kind of like dark mounds
I'll
at the moment.
relay this as you're saying to everyone.
Perfect. The statues, as well, as you get closer, they're all very different. They seem to be in different poses, different movements. They're different body types. It's hard to make out exactly what is happening or what's going on or what they're doing, but they all seem to be unique in some way. And as you get close to the kind of central point, you do recognize that the thing that Caché saw that was laying flat seems to be some kind of door. And that's what you can see.
Some kind of door.
Hard to make out exactly
door.
what it is, but it just
Door.
looks... It's a door. Even with a 4, you know what a door is, so.
Okay, let me just have a quick look.
Whereabouts is it, sorry?
So, if you move up, can you see the map, Al?
I can, yes.
If you right-click and pull up, you can actually see.
I can see this big dome.
Yeah, so that seems to be a big dome. That seems to be the door.
That is okay. There's a door there. Okay.
But it is straight into the floor.
Rotate it. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
I tried. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to finish relaying that to everybody, and then I'm going to summon back Echo.
Okay, Echo appears.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But keep safe. Well, someone.
Gizmo,
Aye.
would it be okay if I fastened Fran to your back in this thing? I just feel if there's trouble up ahead, I'll need all of my agility.
Of course. I do warn though, I do tend to get up close in the fray myself, but I'll do my best to keep her out of harm's way.
As long as you stay facing the enemy, she should be okay.
I mean, if you could look, I will suggest, could Fran potentially turn back into her smaller form and potentially go, within Humphrey, and I can just tell Humphrey to stay away.
I'd be concerned though
Aye.
when what's his name again? Hanor. When Hanor tried casting magic earlier on, that seemed to cause the spread of whatever corruption they had. I'm not sure if
Yes.
the same thing could happen here.
I
way
don't
I
think
saw
she's
that
strong
was
enough
that-
to use magic.
Yeah, and the way I saw
That's
that
true.
was that he wasn't allowed to be here.
Of course,
Seemed to be
it is a completely different situation, but
But
it's
did
still
I
a risk
find
that we should
any
probably consider.
you did like ulterior effects when I was casting mending on Humphrey earlier?
I wouldn't say so. No, nothing seemed
Okay.
to out of the ordinary. You were pretty focused on fixing Humphrey, yeah. But no netting seemed to appear on Al. No. And there doesn't seem to be anything appearing on the sword. So.
Revenant, perhaps I should carry her. I tend to be further away, and with this bad boy holding the sniper rifle, I'll make sure I stay away.
Yes, that sounds good. I don't want her too close to combat.
I think that'd be wiser.
I tend to get.
Of course, I'll take her then.
Could I kind of, artificer artisan tools, jury rig a sort of strapping system to kind of hold her securely in place, but like not limit Caché's movement as much as possible?
Oh, definitely. And you actually notice that there's kind of a makeshift one already, but not to the level that you can create. Hanor tried his best, but he made a kind of a way to wrap Fran around Revenant. But so you have all the materials, but you make it way better. You're able to secure it to the point where Caché barely even feels. Now Fran is quite small anyway, but you were able to secure her to Caché in a way that doesn't impede Caché's movement or dexterity at all.
Is that okay?
Oh, perfect. I'd do a backflip, but I'd rather not.
I'd
Start Fran.
suggest not that right now.
Caché,
Very
you
back.
do feel. I'm assuming Fran's on your back, and
Yeah.
is she kind of facing? Okay, so what you do feel is her hands almost seem to kind of grab instinctually onto you, despite her being unconscious. Yeah.
I try not to melt inside because this is a serious moment for serious things.
Okay.
And yet the voice still
And-
warbles.
I'm a hard woman. Hard. Fine.
Grr,
Soldier.
grr.
I won't cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Kill.
So I would say at this point, Fenris.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're kind of keeping an eye out, looking around,
Yep.
things, keeping the place secure within your dome of light. And I'd say that while this is going on, with your passive perception and just your general take in the situation, you are drawn towards what appears to be a statue on the right-hand side of the large chamber that you guys are currently in. This statue, while the walls around it are covered in ivy and that thick corruption that seems to be just spread throughout this whole place, not a single piece is touching the statue. Almost as if it cannot.
Okay.
Before we progress any further, we can see that the vines want to stay away from the light of Caché's sword, but can we test to see if they would just stay away from any light? Does anyone have any way of producing any flames or the like?
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
Excellent. Would you maybe move them towards the vines now, just see if there's any reaction?
Absolutely. I will send the 3 bulbs in, like, one towards the statue, one towards the vines above us, and one towards, like, any other, like, vines, you know, around rubble or something.
There are your 3 balls.
My 3 balls. All of my balls.
Glowing,
should have that.
revolving
Ball
balls.
over here. I can't control my balls.
Oh no!
Uncontrollable.
I hear there's a
Sorry.
cream for that.
Ah, well. I get them well underhand.
Okay, why can't you control these? Ow! There you go. Owner of the balls.
My balls
There you
have
go, try-
disappeared. Oh, there's
Try
one.
those. Try that.
There's one ball. Okay.
Okay.
There
There
goes.
you go.
I only got one.
Just a second
Oh, there's
ball.
2.
There you go.
Oh,
There's all
there's
your balls.
3. Oh, I got 3 balls. That's good.
Okay.
We got 1 ball
Very
over here.
nice.
We're gonna
Okay.
send 1 ball over here. We're gonna keep 1 ball just like directly above us. Just right up high up.
Why are you southern all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm just talking about my balls and it felt right. Like
Suddenly he's Matthew
Oh, it's
McConaughey.
just...
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
I will send my multitude of spherical lights upwards and in varying directions towards everyone else. Everything else.
My non-sexual globes of arcana.
No, of course not. Don't be so filthy. There's a time and place, Gizmo.
So,
Yeah.
there is no effect.
Alleyways. There's no effect. Oh shit.
Well, I'm glad we checked that out.
Mm.
Okay, I guess we'll be needing to steer near you, so Fenris.
This is very much
yes.
like a devil's snare kind of situation.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Devil's stare?
No, don't daylight.
Devil's snare, devil's snare. And it is only rewarding for the fact that you two played around with some of the stuff, so, yeah.
Stay in the light.
And just as a judge, how far of a radius is the light coming from?
I'd say you have about 30 feet of from Fenris, either side, or like 30 feet from Fenris, as kind of a circle around her. And then you probably have another like 10 feet after that seem to kind of be the dim light almost.
Yeah.
And how high up does the light go?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Oh, grand. Then I click my heels together, and with my new boots, I'm going to fly about maybe 3 feet off the ground.
Okay. Okay. You do so.
I actually forget how long they last.
I get like 2 hours, and then I have to recharge or
2 seconds.
Oh, it's
something
real.
like
I'm a
That's
great artificer.
unreal. Wow.
that. Yeah.
I am so good.
No, sorry. So 4 hours.
Oh,
wow.
I'm even better than I thought I was.
Fuck.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the boots
Jeez,
regain
yeah.
2 hours every 12 hours they aren't in use.
Nice.
Yeah,
pretty
they're very, very powerful.
You do
I
notice-
watch her float and I'm like, this is my best work.
I'm so proud.
Not bad. Not bad.
You guys do notice that there are candles lit that are producing light. There's some kind of, other bits of magic in the air that is producing light that the corruption does not seem to be afraid of. It seems to be definitely directed from whatever Fenris is channeling through the blade. So, I will say, so yeah, that's kind of what you're seeing at the moment. So, Caché, I'm going to lift you up 3 feet, you said?
3 feet.
Okay, just remember, you two voidlings, while it is not sunlight, it is going to be considered similar to sunlight that you are currently standing in. Now, you both are both covered, you're fine, but your sunlight sensitivity is going to be active. As long as you are in range of this. This is the greatest thing of having light and dark in this party. I love it. So, going back to Fenris, that is what you're kind of seeing at the moment. And yes, these gorgeous, smooth lights of arcane seem to fly around the place and do not seem to scare away the vines.
So, like many balls, they're doing nothing useful.
I mean, I don't know. I like a good yoga ball now.
Ooh, so soft. So spongy to sit on, yes. Yeah. With more light, though, all of you do see that all of the walls are covered in murals.
Do the murals tell any type of story or history?
Yeah, I think we recognize.
What was that?
Where do you want to look?
Oh,
There.
the mural to the
Everywhere.
left. And I'm gonna, like, work my way up. Like,
You're
can I
also
find
left of us.
some kind of chronology to these?
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. You're gonna probably have to move a bit if you are.
Can I assist him with this?
You
Help
can.
him piece together?
While they're doing that, I'm gonna start walking towards the statue.
Okay. Head towards
I'm
the
gonna
statue.
float along behind you.
Okay, Caché, Fenris are heading towards the statue. Revenant, where are you headed?
Did you roll with advantage of?
I did.
I am going to stealth up about 45 foot forward.
Okay.
We just look to the left and see Revenant doing the sneaky walk.
I'll control Fran for the moment, Caché, and just kind of leave her there for the moment. While
Is there any way to connect tokens together?
I think there
Let's draw a
is.
box.
Yeah, draw a box around them.
Yeah, if you draw a box around the both of them, you can move them together.
Ah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. There you go. So, Caché, you move towards the statue. You notice again how the ivy and the vines cover all the walls, even the floor. It's poking through the marble. It is so strong. It is. This place does not look like it's had a lot of people here for a while. But as you approach the statue, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Al?
Fenris?
Perfect.
Me running a history?
Yeah, because you're looking at the statue.
Yep. Sorry, I thought you were talking to Al about the murals.
Nope, I'll get to Al in a moment.
History. 15.
Can I flash of genius Fenris and give her a +5, give her 15?
Of course you can. That's
Yeah.
fine. So I just get the idea of Gizmo's is in a suit, and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna help Al. And there's whoa, I did this. It's like pulling all these gears, and there's just a bunch of different stuff going on.
I think it's just like I think Fenris is just like trying to say it out loud, and she says one thing, and I'm just like, no, actually, it's this, and then I go back to him. I was like, oh yeah.
You just keep going.
I was thinking because your arms are preoccupied with holding out the scarf, you could just kind of. I'll flash the Genius by just giving her a light kick up the arse.
So I don't usually preface when there's going to be a lore dump, but I do want to let you guys have enough time if you need notebooks. This is about to be a hefty lore dump.
Lore dump.
If anybody needs notebooks, let me know before I jump in. It's 15 is what you needed, and then the +5, so here we go. So, Fenris, as you approach this statue, you see a being made from the cosmos that arrived to the world ravaged by fire and storms. From her hands, you see life spring forward, covering the world in plants and animals. And in the distance, you see the murals behind her, blurry faces of humanoids, elves, halflings, dwarves. This being with hair flowing like waterfalls. The curves of her body shape the peaks of mountains. You see a bird made of lightning on her shoulder, a large wolf at her side, and a massive serpent coiled around her wrist. You recognize this as a depiction of one of the elder gods, Gaia, the Lifebringer. Worshipping her or the primal spirits is forbidden as heresy. So while Fenris is finishing writing that down, Al, what did you roll for your investigation check?
17.
17. As you are making your way through the chamber, there does seem to be stories being told as you make your way through the wall, like past the walls, but none of them are ones that you immediately recognize. You see depictions of druids worshipping different entities and ideas that were connected to nature. You see packs of animals running in the woods. You see creatures from the sea being depicted. Temples long sunken below. There's many, many stories being told on these walls. And as you get... Whoa, there's a lot of
Got
noise.
any old audio glitching there. Revenant?
Revenant, can you hear us?
There's a lot going on there.
Oh. Okay, I lost him.
Revenant?
Oh, he muted himself. So, yeah, okay.
Oh.
So I was sorry. So I was saying that you see many different stories. Are they all connected? It's hard to tell. They seem to be different, almost eras of the druids and what they practice throughout the years. But as you get further in and closer to where Revenant is, this kind of narrow passageway in the marble where all the water is kind of eroding away because it's been running for so long. The back end of this chamber seems to be depicting 5 very distinct eras of time. You almost...
Like as in around statues.
Exactly, yeah.
5 very distinct eras in time.
I'd say 6, but there's kind of one that's connected to what Fenris already saw. So, 6.
Go on.
Okay.
Do I know these eras?
What wall do you choose first? Give me a number.
I don't know. I mean, like, whichever one is, like, the closest to the left. Always go left first.
Always go left first. Okay.
Yeah, so, like, I'd be like this wall here.
Okay. There, you see... Let's see here. What do you see? Alright. You see a depiction on the wall of 9 stars that fell to the world. And from them came the dragons. You see massive cities built in tandem with these ancient beings. And then the skies burn. You see wars rage across the Five Lands, tearing apart villages, crumbling cities. You see a massive 5-scaled dragon standing over a kill, her claws digging into the shrieking fellow dragon. You swear you can almost hear the mighty roars echoing into the corners of the chamber around you.
Are these dragons familiar to me?
To you? Yes.
Oh. Interesting.
You recognize similar physiques to astral dragons.
But is this just depiction of like the astral plane, or is it of the material?
It's definitely of the material plane.
Right. Do I remember a time of like astral dragons being a bit like, is this anything familiar to me? Is this like, I've read about this?
Ooh. Go ahead, you roll me a history check now.
Yes.
Is anybody else up with Al, or is Al on his own up here?
I think I was aiding with his last check, but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
I'll
going
probably
to
up with him.
use a chronal shift.
Okay. To reroll?
Makes it worse.
No!
16.
16.
Yeah. What do I add to my chronal thing?
I think it's just a reroll, isn't it?
No, but like, you know, because of the time Weaver's Codex. I have to add it to like, I think I was at 5 or something.
Oh, you're right.
That makes it 6.
That makes it a 6, yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and
Do I have
roll
to
a
roll
d20.
for that then
Yep.
as well?
Roll a d20.
I don't add anything, do I?
Nope, it's just a straight d20.
I'm sad you were
fine.
getting saying I'm up by Al now.
13.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Now it moves to 6.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, now it moves to 6.
So there's 16 on the history.
So 16 on the history.
Yeah.
Fenris, where are you?
Trying to keep everyone close enough to me, but I was just looking over the statue. I'll be following up behind everyone.
Perfect, okay. So with the 16, Al, you do recognize that this appears to be a depiction of what you remember of the Age of Skyfire. Which was a period of time on the material plane that happened before the collision of the planes.
I have to have a talk with you at some point.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As Fenris,
I request.
do you want secrets?
Secrets, yeah.
Oh my god, of course! You can always request secrets.
Excellent.
We'll be back.
Bye.
After these messages.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does Al looking?
Al's just staring at this like first mural that he was examining. He's having a good old look. He's really scratching his chin. Really scratching his chin. He may be feeling around his face a little bit, like
Any 5 o'clock shadow there?
Oh no, still none. Nor sign of a wrinkle either.
Jesus, would you take Humphrey with you?
Humphrey's fine. Like I'm keeping him further back so that he doesn't get involved in all this nonsense.
You also just left Fran behind.
No, she's there.
Fran
She's right up. She's right with
Or-
Caché.
Caché.
Yeah, she's on me. I just can't
Yeah.
control. the
Honestly,
token.
actually, to be
All
honest,
right.
because she's wrapped up on your back, I'm just gonna remove her for now. We just know that she's with you, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
I-
say, yeah.
Revenant will quickly turn to Caché and pull a ring out of his pack and say, if we get into too much trouble, maybe slip this ring onto Fran. It will hide her.
I examine the ring. Do I recognize this ring?
Oh, for fuck, Revenant! Why?
I hand over my
Yes!
invisibility.
Yep.
There's some form of Elvish on it. I can't read it.
Okay.
It does not contain all my malice and hatred.
Is this the ring that I think is the ring that I gave you?
From way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. How about we take a quick break?
Alrighty.
I swear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very good. Okay, I need to process.
You guys have moved 10 feet. Would you stop?
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's take a break.
Yeah, okay.
We'll be back very, very shortly. The DM needs to deal with some things.
Oh.
Okay.
You
I am
saw
observant
malice and
tonight.
hatred.
Oh no. All right. I gotta go back to my notes. Okie dokie. We got 5 more walls. So let me just check in. How's Al looking? How's Caché looking? How's Fenris looking?
Well, I've just looked at the statue and spent all the time just as a glorified flashlight, so I'm coming up behind everyone, so I'll probably notice the murals at this point.
Okay. I'd say you can start to see the murals like on these back walls and, kind of hidden under the ivy and the twisted branches, so.
I notice I have a prone symbol on me.
Oh!
Is
You
there a
were
reason for
prone.
that, or-
I think
I
there
was
was when you were falling and now it's gone.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Floating.
I'm on my feet.
You were floating. You were 10 feet above now. No, I'll move that. Sorry. Yeah. No.
Well, next wall, I suppose.
Okay.
I'll move on to the next mural.
Okay.
I'm just going to stare at Revenant. And then
Okay.
back to the ring. And then back to Revenant. Back to the ring.
Will you use the ring on Fran if things get too dangerous?
You see Caché take in a deep breath. I will. But you and I need to talk. Soon as she's
Something
safe.
Wrong?
We shall see.
Next wall. Okay. So, next wall, Al, you pick up on a depiction. You see a mural full of suffering and devastation. Two worlds collide, splintering the lands completely. However, you can just make out what appears to be ghostly hands embracing both planes, fusing them together, and a new world is born.
Veins would these be?
You would recognize this depiction to be the collision of the planes. So between basically two material worlds colliding.
We recognize the hands. They come from anything?
I wouldn't say you do recognize the hands. But you recognize the kind of they seem to be fusing the worlds together. Goodbye, Revenant. Revenant's so scared of Caché, he's left. Next wall. You see, I'd say except for everyone but, funny enough, everyone but Al. Al has kind of been able to pick up on these last few walls pretty quickly in terms of understanding what they are. The rest of you, though, it's a little bit, they're not quite, you kind of oh, that could be that era, but it's hard to really tell. You don't have as much understanding or depth of those. However, this next wall, you all recognize. This one you recognize pretty immediately. You see a story depicted from the eyes of mortals, embracing new gods, abandoned by their said primal spirits. The invader deities became the souls of this realm, this new world, who they embraced. You see the mighty Solander reforge the sun and the sky, while Lunira faded into became the moon. You see Gria sow seeds into the lands for growth and harvest, while Ishtar High wove forests and valleys across the remaining four lands. You see survivors in this particular depiction of the age of upheaval.
It's all still material-centric.
Yeah, this is very material-centric, yeah. Slightly newer than the others, showing an impressive constellation. And Al, you've studied constellations before. It's, was quite a strange phenomenon that happened, and it affected Gizmo's experience. And that's why Gizmo knows. During a certain age, the four moons of Enethær aligned in a single constellation, named Amity, the Weaver of Fate. The mural depicts doorways opening between the planes, feeding creatures, monsters, fae, and even more mortals into the material plane, all connected by a giant river.
only a few years ago.
A couple hundred. Yeah.
No.
What was the name of it again, sorry?
Amity.
Who?
Amity?
Amity. MRT.
The event.
MRT.
Anarchy.
That would have been the constellation name, the Weaver of Fate. The actual era is known as the conjunction of the four moons. It's quite a lot of thoughts of doorways between the planes opening at this point, allowing many fiends as well as fae into the world. But these doorways have been since closed and are guarded somehow. Nobody really knows where or how, but there seems to be beings able to guard. And the last one, you see a battle between the surviving Dawn Titans, which are primordials that were trapped or lived within the material plane, and the invader deities, where this all began in the Age of Giants. You see giants descending from their mountaintops and ravaging cities. This woke the slumbering world serpent. Try and stop all of this from happening. The gods turned on the world spirits, granting 4 mortals great weapons to slay them. A terrible battle raged, and the world serpent was cut down. The body torn apart, thrown back into the sea. There is no happiness in this story, as the end shows the mural shows the 4 warriors succumbing to terrible fates, becoming nothing more than festering wounds. That is the most recent. You would know that age happening within the last... That age ended about 400 years ago?
That would have been
Go ahead.
the tail end of the age where Amity happened.
Yeah. The conjunction of the moons actually is a very short period of time. I think it's only like 100 years.
Yeah.
So I know it probably shouldn't be called an age or an era. I know everybody's going to get mad at me. But it was a very significant time in the material. Everyone to roll me a d6, please.
5.
Ooh, a 6.
4.
4, Revenant, okay. 5, Gizmo.
2.
That's fitting. 2, that's also fitting. 6, okay.
3.
Wait. 3. Did all of you get different numbers?
I think so.
That's pretty impressive.
That's just a roll
right.
of the dice.
That leaves Fran as number 1. Who has the highest passive perception?
Not
Fenris.
me.
Not me.
Fenris.
18?
Hooray. 21.
Yeah, no, Fenris is 21.
Oh, Jesus H.
I'd
Christ.
say Revenant would also notice this too, you two being the 2 highest. Especially you, Revenant, because you're keeping an eye on Fran, so you notice Fran's, while Fenris notices everyone else's. As Al is kind of making his way around, Gizmo's kind of stopped at the conjunction of the spheres. Caché just keeps staring at Revenant the whole time. The 2 of you notice strange strands appear on each of your chests and connect you with one of the 6 statues. I'd say, Caché, you yeah, that's what you 2 see. So I'll let you decide what you decide to do with that information.
Is there anything significant about the bodies there, or is that just flavor?
Is there any what?
The bodies around the well.
Yeah, nobody's mentioned looking at the bodies yet, so.
Okay. Could I have a look at those bodies while I'm here and noticing
You're
everything?
not going to mention these strings.
Well, as I'm noticing the strings, I'm going to look down the bodies and see if anything is connecting them.
To the bodies to the statues? No.
Do they look fresh?
Go ahead and roll me a medicine check. Revenant, is there anything you do?
Fran, see that she has a string going to a statue. And then I would try to cut the string because I'm not well versed in how magic works.
15 on medicine.
Okay.
I'm rolling that a lot tonight.
15 on medicine. Okay. Revenant, how do you cut the string?
Wait, Shadow Heart.
Shadow's Edge? Or just Shadow Heart
Edge, sorry, yes.
Shadow Heart appears and
Shadow Heart.
use her.
Sorry, I've been,
Shadow Heart, I guess. Use her like a blade.
I've been
Swing
watching too
her
much
around.
TikTok lately.
Finally, your taste
Oh,
in
that's
company is
great.
improved.
She'll use that
Must
razor
be.
sharp tongue.
Amazing. Okay, so using Shadow's Edge, you try to cut the string. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Do I apply sneak attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's edged. 6 plus 7, so that's 13.
But after if you cut it, it just immediately goes on.
23. 6, 32.
Sorry, 32.
32.
Cool. That's a lot of damage.
Sneak attack.
A lot of damage.
Just hoping you don't accidentally hit Fran.
That's what I'm just worried about now because I think Fran has 31 health.
So you cut the string. And you, as soon as you kind of like hold on to the string, you can actually like touch it, which is interesting, and it feels warm to the touch. And you take Shadow's Edge and just slice straight through it, cutting the string completely. Nothing seems to change with the statue. The string seems to vanish into the ether. However, Fran goes limp.
Shit balls. No. Ah, fuck no. No.
I cut everybody's strings.
No,
You can
God,
fuck
no.
right off.
Jesus, God, don't do that. No.
Entire party
No.
dead.
Fuck that.
That death ward coming into play or anything?
Can we see the ends of the string? No.
Yeah, like,
they're only two.
does anyone else see this occur? Do I see this happen?
Oh, I'd say, yeah. Like, I mean, well, it depends on what Revenant feels at this moment. Realizing what he just did.
Yeah,
What?
I think I'd run straight to Fran.
Can I use my total shift and try and like undo that?
I mean, there was
Or
no
the
even
bootleg.
attack. It wasn't a, like, you know, you can.
Yeah, like, We're
that's
looking at the
the-
bureau.
These are the
I would-
strings of
I
fate.
didn't see this happen. Yeah.
Can I, with my innate, try to reach into to some innate part of myself and kind of try to conjoin the two pieces of rope together again with Shadow and see if I can like bandage it together somehow?
Use mending.
You, Caché, frantically try to. You kind of move Fran off of your back, lay her on the ground, try to almost pull these pieces of fate back into your hand. They are not yours to command. Fran is dead.
Can I tie Fran's string onto my string?
There is no more string.
Can I? Do I see this now? I see that she's dead. can I run over and cast Revivify?
Can indeed.
Wait, can I do that? Hold on one second.
Let's just fucking do it.
Can
I
You believe you all bought diamonds, so it depends on
Yeah.
if he has it prepared.
I have it prepared. I have my 1 diamond on me. I don't think Fran has one on her, so I'll just use the one that's on me.
Can I see the other half of the string that's near the statue?
The string connecting to Fran is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a loose thread, it just kind of dissipates. Do I see a string attached to me now?
Oh, all of you have strings.
Do I sense any other of my presence somewhere else? Can I like close my eyes and see if I project myself in the astral plane?
What?
Using this string. Well, this string to me sounds like a string of like, you know, when you're projecting yourself.
Okay, so I was just thinking, why are we going to the astral plane all of a sudden? Okay, so what I would say, Al, what you immediately feel kind of when you close your eyes is you feel drawn to follow where your string is attached. And it is attached. You don't feel as if this would pull you into a different plane. This seems to almost be a test. You are currently connected to a statue of a feminine hooded figure. Her hands are stained black, and as you crackles of lava that move all across her skin. She holds one sphere in her hand, and nothing in the other.
I mean, like, I realize it's not like an astral projection thing. My attention is turned back to Fran and to what's going on with Fran. I'm not, yeah.
Okay. We'll move towards Fran. And yeah, it is just revivify, and it's within the time frame, so there's no need to roll. Well, there is a roll, but there's no like needing to like call back or anything, unless anybody would like to say anything.
Not to Fran.
Revenant.
Not to Fran.
How is Revenant looking at this point?
If you could see Revenant's face, you could see how distraught and upset he is, and just total disbelief of what just happened.
Make a roll. Gizmo, walk me through what your revivify appears to be.
So, the kind of thunder gauntlet setup that I have, there's kind of a compartment that slides forward to dampen the feel somewhat, and also has a slot that I could put the diamond into, and I kind of rub the hands together, and you hear a charge coming up like a defibrillator.
We say clear.
Clear.
Amazing.
It's just like
Reset that rhythm.
Somewhat of an electric shock, but also just this radiant light just kind of comes out from all the.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Just straight into her small little form, and you all kind of feel it. It seems to just awaken within this space, and it takes a moment of quiet, and you watch as Fran begins to breathe again.
Does she get a new string?
She does. Immediately reconnecting her to one of the statues.
Okay, lesson number one.
Revenant will
Don't touch the
throw his
string.
mask on the. Revenant will just pull his mask off, throw it on the floor, grab Fran, and just squeeze her in as tight as you can.
You kind of hear, what's going on?
Is the corruption receding on Fran?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, how does that look?
Revenant, what were you gonna say?
That wasn't going to happen.
While that's happening, I'm just on full-on calculative mode. I'm looking, what string is attached to what statue, what does it look like, what's happening. I'm just straight into investigative mode.
Okay. But for this
Right.
moment,
Give
just 1
Gizmo
second.
a hand with that.
Yes, you can. Give me 1 second, guys. Because in this moment, Fran huddled in Revenant's arms. Revenant, I didn't hear you what you said there before.
You just, like, flop her head and say, it's okay. It's okay. You're fine.
What? Where are
I'm trying to cure you. We're in the well beneath the tree.
the well? My dreams are really fuzzy, but I keep seeing someone. They keep showing me someone, a bad man, driven by revenge and pain. Which kind of pulls from you just a slight bit and looks down at her hands. And there is no more corruption. And she just kind of looks at her hands. She never saw them corrupted. She collapsed and went unconscious beforehand. And you can kind of see tears running down her face as she says, "He made me poison the well. He told me that I had to help him slay the serpent. Once and for all. And this is his wound he made in the world."
What does this man look like?
Evil.
Don't need to worry about him anymore, friend. You're safe now. I look up at Gizmo and just with a single tear rolling down the side of Revenant's shadowed face. Thank you.
Be nothing of it. Just next time, call out what you see. We're working together. No rash decisions, alright?
I thought she was in danger.
Like I said, no rash decisions.
Rash decisions are what I do.
And look what happens.
I kind of think we need to stop doing that, Revenant.
It's up to you.
Yes.
But rashness will only get you and those you care for in danger. We need to be careful.
She kind of looks up. We're under the tree?
I
Think
believe
so.
so.
What's this? She just looks down at the string. Pulls it. I'm just kidding.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch.
I'm just about to figure that out.
I think it's
Yes.
some kind of test.
I'm gonna head up and see what statue I'm actually connected to.
All of you are still connected to one of the statues.
That's called Revenant.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm hoping that's a joke.
That is a joke.
Okay. All of you see the statue. I'm assuming you all want to see what statue you're connected to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. I'll start with Al, because Al's the top of my screen. Actually, I think I already told you which one you were connected to, but I'll
You told me it was a
reiterate.
person with lava hands and holding some kind of spear.
Yes. And I'd say because you were kind of looking around the whole space, you do remember that in this area, there actually seems to be kind of like not a table, but some kind of mechanism that is currently holding a bunch of objects, loose objects. And each statue seems to be missing a piece. So, your one is of a feminine hooded form, like I said, with the lava that is crackling as you approach, up and along her skin. She seems to be holding one sphere in one hand and nothing in the other. Her hands
With the other
look-
hand.
her
is
hands
big,
look very
something to
similar.
put in. Yeah. Is there a spear on the table?
There is.
I will say to everyone else, I'll be like, well, I mean, He's holding one sphere. Are any of the other statues holding spheres?
Let's look them all over before we do anything.
Yeah, let's
I
get a good
agree.
look at our statues.
No more rash decisions, I believe, plus what we just talked about.
Very good. All well and good when you're all alone.
Next person on my camera list, at least, is Caché.
Mm-hmm.
Caché, you seem to be connected to a male warrior, currently seeming to be missing a weapon. A giant eye is imprinted on his breastplate, but he is in a kind of a fighting stance, but there is nothing in his hands.
Okay.
Looks two-handed.
Two-handed.
Fenris is next on my camera. So, Fenris, you are connected to a statue that appears to be a dragonborn with his hands seemingly cupping nothing.
Nothing.
Just like kind of holding it out like this.
So he's busy what would be like an orb or sphere or something.
You'd have to like that's a good guess, but you don't quite know. But it looks like it looks like something could go into his hands.
Okay.
It's hard to know exactly what, is supposed to go there, but Gizmo is next on my camera list here. Gizmo, you see that you are connected to an elvish woman with an ancient-looking telescope device in her hand. There seems to be a missing stone on the amulet that she is wearing around her neck. And Revenant, the person that you are connected to, the statue, has no gender. They are the only one that is kneeling amongst all these statues. Hands out, their face contorted in a silent scream as an infection seems to be taking hold. There is an open slot in the chest of this individual, big enough for a weapon. And Fran seems to be connected to a feminine form that is actually pregnant, with a bird made of lightning on her shoulder and a wolf at her side. She seems to be missing another part.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You missing?
She's,
I wonder if that just clicked there with Gizmo. I will let you all discuss amongst yourselves now. You let me know if anybody's looking at the table for the items. But this is a puzzle. All of your clues are in this room, so.
Can I have a quick look at the table and just get a quick inventory of the items?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I know this is a lot to write down, so I'll just tell me to slow down if I need to. Actually, did I write this out? I think I did. One moment. I did.
Awesome.
So I'm going to...
I need a pair of balls.
I'm going to show this to you. Hopefully that shows. If it and then it should open up the world chamber, which is what you guys are currently in.
See the image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the image, yeah.
And if you close that, is it open? Like, is it bigger?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
There.
We'll try this.
That worked.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, and at the bottom, items on
Yeah,
the table.
awesome. Yeah.
So, you see a moonstone gem. You see a very long, gnarly-looking blade. A large hammer. A twisting flame. A coiled serpent eating its own tail. And a crystal sphere.
That hammer, how big is it? Like, is it like a war hammer? Is it like just like a...
It's big. It's the biggest.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
the blade
awesome.
look like it could fit inside statue.
Inside of what
You
statue?
mentioned one looked like it could fit a weapon.
Revenant.
Yeah.
Revenant statues seem to have a slot in the chest.
Perhaps
And
we
then
could work out which ones we know for sure. Narrow it down from there.
Okay.
I imagine the hammer is for mine.
I'm going to point up at the second mural of the hands enveloping. Does that look like my statue?
The second one.
The two worlds colliding with ghostly hands enveloping the worlds.
I was kind of thinking that might be mine, considering my statue is holding one globe. Perhaps the other sphere might be another.
Possibly it would be the twisting flame then.
What's your statue again?
Mine's
the Dragonborn, with holding out. I think. Well, it does remind me of the first mural too.
Of the astral dragon.
Well, Age of Dragons, fire.
Yes, I mean, they did seem to be quite an ancient depiction of them.
I'm reasonably certain that that statue connected to Fran is meant to be a depiction of Gaia. In which case, those are two of the primal spirits. The third would be the coiled serpent. I can be reasonably certain on that. I would then extrapolate out that perhaps each of these statues are a representation of some form of deity. So if we can at least work out what each one would represent, we could be a bit more sure about which one would apply.
My knowledge of religion, I will admit, is not the best.
Mine is.
There's a lot of depictions inside.
Mine's alright,
Look
actually.
up the murals, we'll be able to see.
Okay.
I wish I had better light in here.
Can I go look for I suppose the one depicting the God's chosen ones, I suppose, to fight the primal spirits. See if any one of them is carrying a hammer.
Are you talking about the mural, or are you talking about the statue?
The murals.
The mural. Okay. You're looking for the final, I think it was the final depiction, the Age of Giant. Looking over the four warriors, taking them in, none of them appear to be holding any kind of hammer. The one at the front, the one that seems to be kind of leading the group, seems to be holding a very long sword.
So he's holding a very long sword. Like it doesn't look like the blade that's on the table.
Similar.
So that's potentially the blade.
Yes. So and would I draw a link to, let's say, my warrior and that warrior?
So the one that you're connected to, definitely, I would say with your, you don't even have to roll for it, Caché, because you have quite a lot of experience with fighting against individuals who follow Solander. You recognize immediately the giant eye that's printed on the armor.
Yes.
You've actually seen it in a few paladins that are walking around Avasha as well. These are, big, strong warriors of Solander who usually use two-handed weapons. You also do know that there are stories around Solander and his warriors using and wielding hammers, because hammers are seen as a weapon of building and restructuring, and he is the one who is said to have rebuilt the sun.
I kind of say that, but as in like verbal vomit to myself almost, but like everyone can hear me, like I'm speaking my own thoughts.
Anxiety,
that kind of way. Yeah,
I get it,
absolutely. I think mine wants a hammer.
Hearing him refer to like his statue with regards to
her.
God. Sorry, her. Hearing her refer to her statue with regards to gods. Could I also examine mine and see if it has any sort of bearing? religious or otherwise.
Definitely. Looking over yours, again, the while you can tell it's a feminine form, hooded, your statue, you can't quite tell too much about them. They don't have a lot of distinguishing features except the fact that their body seems to crackle with lava, similar to the other statue that Fenris kind of saw of a entity built of the world. And currently, you know, the mural that you remember in particular, because I think I remember saying it to you with the hands. There was a mural that you looked at that connected to the collision of the planes. Two hands wrapping around, reforming into one.
Do I know what god or...
With your travels and the stories, you would know that it is to have been Gaia or a avatar of hers. A being of great power fused the two material planes together.
I still think mine might be the sphere.
Fenris, Revenant, Gizmo.
I leaning towards the twisting flame, but I'll wait.
Twisting flame, potentially.
Potentially for the Age of Sky fire.
I think that makes sense. So that
And Dragonborn, so.
That leave us with the blade and moonstone gem. Mine's missing a slot out of an amulet, so it's very likely that it would be a gem that would slot in there.
Is your one to do with the combining moons?
That's the one with the telescope in hand.
So astronomy.
The lining moons, yeah.
And astrology, yeah.
And my one seems to be pain and suffering with a slot in its chest, so I would assume it's the blade.
Was that the last?
Is there any...
That was the last one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't it say all the heroes made a bad faith or whatever?
They all ended badly. All the heroes.
Yeah, so dying by his own sword might be a pretty...
Yeah.
Be corrupted by your own sword, even by the looks of the statue.
What's Fran's?
Fran.
Coiled serpent.
Coiled serpent.
Coiled serpent.
Coiled serpent. Oh yes, because she's the pregnant. Gaia. Yeah.
Everyone know what to?
So
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll take the plunge.
We'll take a
Pick
spear.
them up and place them.
Mm-hmm. I grab the hammer.
Okay.
I'd say we do this at the same time, count to 3 sort of thing.
Great.
So if it goes wrong, it goes wrong for all.
I mean,
Mhm.
exactly. If there's any sort of penalty for getting it wrong, it needs to be all experience it together, simultaneously,
Obviously, Fran is exempt with
no option
doing
for
the
any
four Fran
recall
in the
of
moment.
any kind. I love it.
Okay. So,
Okay.
remind me, everybody, what is your item?
Spear.
Sphere?
Hammer.
Hammer. Okay.
Twisting flame.
Twisting flame. Okay.
Blade.
Moonstone gem.
Moonstone gem and the blade. And Fran,
Gets the coiled
Coiled
serpent.
it's the coiled serpent. Okay. All of you take your places in front of the statues. Few of you have to step over bodies that seem to be at the base of these statues in very similar stances to what you're currently standing in. You take your places.
3, 2, 1.
Up. Bang.
Fran, also holding the coiled serpent, moves over to hers.
Oh.
All of you put your items in place. One by one, all of your threads vanish.
We're dead.
We all die together.
Because we put all those diamonds.
No, I'm dead as well, so.
Yeah, exactly. No recourse.
You begin to hear movement from the door that is at the middle of all of these statues. And for a moment you're standing there going, oh, okay, like you're feeling good. Nothing has happened. Nothing. You are all standing like normal. The threads are gone. You no longer feel connected to these statues. And that is when you all hear it. An echoing screech, a splash of water. And look down chamber. You can see the water in some of the pools sloshing about. Movement. Until Al,
No.
a hand grabs your ankle.
No.
Body at your feet.
No.
And you stare down at it and you see this mushroom-covered, bloated corpse
No. Fuck that.
that seems to move, grasping onto you.
Starlight step. Fuck that shit. I'm getting away from that. Fuck that shit. No.
Eldritch Blast!
Where do you Starlight Step? And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No.
Yes.
Sorry, where is this body? Where am I?
So I'd say, Al, you were here. Caché, you were here. I'll just
And
move
is
you
it the
guys
body?
to where are you, Revenant? Down here. Gizmo is here. Fran would be here if she was there. Or no, actually Gizmo, you're here. Sorry. But yes, so you are here, Al.
Yeah, and sorry, the body is this one?
The body that's moving is right underneath you.
Oh god, yeah, Jesus, no. And the sloshing is coming from here.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, no worries. I guess this back corner right here will be fine.
Okay. So, these, like I said, mushroom-covered, infected, blighted corpses seem to rise up. The 4 that were on the ground are more popping up from the liquid pools around you. Go ahead and we'll quickly take initiative here before we call it for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening, and we will see you in the next episode.
I promise I'll try not to kill anyone next week.
Don't make promises you can't keep.